Excited, you guys. Let's go live on Instagram too. And then we will be ready to rock and roll with yet another queen of chiropractic. There we go. Okay. So today I am with Dr. Aura, and I don't know you very well, but I know of you very well. And what I know of you is that you're graceful, that you love chiropractic as much as I do, that you are absolutely committed to seeing the world better one spine at a time through chiropractic. And we've been in practice for as long as each other. So please introduce, who are you? Where are you? What do you do? Give us the whole thing.
Yeah, it's so much. I wear so many hats, but I think I'm just passionate about indeed changing the world in all the hats that I wear, whether I'm wearing my mom hat or my chiropractic hat or my mission hat or my life coach hat. It's all the same purpose. It's just to enhance the light in me so I can help enhance the light in others. So it is, I'm from Venezuela. I've been I just sold my private practice of 25 years in Miami, Florida. I am in Miami, Florida, in my home right now. I've been doing mission trips for the last 17 years. I've gone on 30 mission trips and led 30 mission trips in the DR and Haiti. I've been also a life coach with my Get Naked series for the last 10 years. It was born in 2015.
Can I back up? What is a mission trip? What is that?
The mission trip, okay. So mission trip, it's a place where you go and serve the less fortunate. It is you opening your heart and not realizing that you don't need to say that many words for the magic to happen. So people come because they're curious, because they want to serve more, because they want to practice, but they all leave with the same sentiment. They live with a bigger heart. They live realizing that we're all a family, that the power that made the body heals the body in spite of you, in spite of what you say, in spite of everything. So it is a beautiful transformation for the people that go on the mission trip and obviously for the people that receive it. So
how do you decide where to go, and how do you do that? How do you know where to set up? And I have a few friends who do this, and I've never been able to wrap my brain. I think it's beautiful. I just don't understand. How does it work?
Well, we need a lot of people to help us, and in the islands, in the places where we go. We need volunteers that believe in our mission, that believe in chiropractic, and that want to spread the word to as many people as possible, because obviously we're giving a free service. I used to work with the nuns, and that's who got us into Haiti. We have different churches that we have worked with. We have worked with the government. I was working with the government of Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic, where we have been going for the most times. And lately they're changing the rules. So now I'm going to a new place in Santo Domingo. So I am going to check out that territory, and I'm working with some beautiful volunteers that are hopefully setting us up for an amazing mission next year, March 4th through the 8th in Santo Domingo. So it's a brand new place. So I will tell you, Jody, how it goes, because I have no idea. I always go with an open mind and an open heart, and just trusting that God will put us exactly where we need to be, and that we're going to be serving. And there's a lot of unanswered questions, actually, but we just go with faith that we're going to end up exactly where we need to do. And I've never lost anybody. We have always served thousands of people, and everybody has been happy and joyous, and they can wait to have us back.
So you guys, what she's saying is she'll go down to one of these cities, set up through connections, whether it's in a church or a community center, and adjust thousands of people in how many days?
Yeah. Oh, we do 3 days of adjusting. So it's very short. It's like we arrive on Wednesday, we serve Thursday, Friday, Saturday for a bit. Then we go on a beautiful excursion and we let go of everything, and everybody goes back on Sunday. So it's really down packed. Wow. And we go to schools and churches and jails and community centers and health centers and, yeah, you name it. Sometimes we just stop in the middle of the street in a plaza, and we just set up there, and we just start adjusting, and people line up and they receive our services. By this point, at least in Puerto Plata, they know what we're doing. They just know, and we just opening the mouth of God. so he can communicate with the rest of the body. We focus a lot on your cervicals. Some people take full spine tables and then we send those to lesser busy places, because if not, we won't be able to serve as many people as we want to serve.
So people who don't know anything about chiropractic who are listening, they're probably thinking, well, why would you want to adjust one person once? What's the point of that? What would you say to that?
Because miracles happen all the time and one adjustment can change your life. I believe that wholeheartedly. So one adjustment changed my life, and
Me
I see
too.
with my own eyes that
Mm.
one adjustment can change you. And we tend to repeat places. So if I see somebody, I'm like, please come back tomorrow, we're going to be here, or I'm going to send a team here. And so we get to see them sometimes twice or three times in that short mission trip that we have. But oh, just putting your hands, the intention of them wanting to receive this miracle, the intention of us wanting to give them miracle creates, wow, so much energy, create change in their lives and the lives of others. And I know because I speak the language. So when I go there, I hear it from the families. I hear it from the people that we have seen. I hear, oh my God, that one time that you did this, I stopped having headaches forever. Or I am able to move my shoulder again. I'm able to get up. I'm able to take care of my family. And you hear all this miracles. So I have so much faith in chiropractic. Sometimes the chiropractor gets in the way, can I say? But but chiropractic is just pure. And when you have the right intention in your heart and you can just send that, miracles happen, even with one adjustment. So if you haven't tried chiropractic, please check it out.
Tell me more about this brings us to the subject of this podcast is all about how to serve more people in less time with more joy. So for the chiropractor who gets in their own way, and I've certainly been guilty of that in the past 25 years, how do you A, know that you're in your own way, and B, pivot from being in your own way?
I believe that the best way to get out of your way is to have often check-ins with yourself. You got to check in with yourself and see where your head is at. If not, we end up having other people's lives, worrying about other people's things, and we end up not being present. So it has got to be some kind of a system that brings you back to you and brings you back to being present and realizing, why do I do this? Why do I show up in the office? What is the main goal here? It's not to check if your insurance cover, is not to, be pissed at your staff, is not to, complain all day about the traffic. And I've been there. I can speak about this because I've been there. I've been a chiropractor for 28 years and I practiced for 25 years and I practiced until April of this year. So I know. And so it was small things that I did just to come back to what it is. And, with some dots, I think Dr. Sid might have taught us that. I will touch some dots on the door and it will bring me back to what it is that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I here? And what is it that I want to do in this 30 seconds of an adjustment, or 1 minute, or how long it is that your adjustments last? So it's got to be constant check-ins with yourself to come back. And if you feel yourself dragging your butt into office, excuse my butt. She told me not to curse. I'm sorry. So if you feel that, it's time to change something. That is a sign. When we realize that we complain more than what we laugh, then it's time to change a system. It's got to change. Something's got to change. And it could be as simple as changing the music that you're listening to in the office, or it's moving the plants around, opening up a window, switching some furniture around. It's just energy, right? And if that is, and then check-ins with yourself. Just have some me time. If you're not good, you cannot do good for others. I'm such a proponent of this. If you don't have heal, the healer needs to heal himself first. So come back to you, have some me time, have some routines. I don't know, pray, meditate, read the green books, whatever it is that you need to do to come back to the reason why you're doing what you're doing.
What do you say to the chiropractors who don't know what green books are?
What?
What do you say to the chiropractors who don't know what green books are?
There's so many, right? There's so many that don't know, and there's so many
Uh-huh.
graduates that have no clue. I feel, the reason when they ask me, because I've had so many students in my mission trips, right? And we do have philosophy time, and we speak about the green books, and they're like, what is it? And I'm like, you got to go back in history and see the foundation so you can then build upon it. But if
Right.
you don't have any foundation, that goes with anything, a foundation, I just got married this weekend. There's got to be a foundation for marriage, for parenting, for running a business. There's got to be your foundation. And when you lose your grounding, when you lose your foundation, you have nothing. And the green books are our foundation, or that's what I believe.
And you guys, so there are people who are listening to this podcast who have never even been adjusted, who are physical therapists or occupational therapists, whatever your calling is, whatever your job is, work is. Chiropractic is founded on a three-legged stool: philosophy, science, and art. And the philosophy has been beautifully transcribed into a series of books called Green Books. And there are also blue books. There are volumes and volumes of literature that we can lean on. And if you're just starting on the journey of wanting to learn more about chiropractic and the chiropractic philosophy, grab a green book, get The Bigness of the Fellow Within, start with The Bigness of the Fellow Within. You can buy it on Amazon, buy it wherever, and get together with a couple of chiropractors once a month, once a quarter, and just pick a page and start reading. I promise you guys will go down this rabbit hole of discovery of what the profession has been founded on. So let's go to that. I want to go to, how did you get into chiropractic? What is your chiropractic story, Dr. Ara?
I was 18 years old. I had been suffering migraines since I came to this country, since I was 10 years old, but I came at 14. And I was looking just for a part-time job while going through college. And I ended up at a chiropractor's office applying for a CA job. And I had never been to a chiropractor. I didn't know. I had no clue. I just needed my $5 an hour job. So I ended up in a beautiful office of people that train and train and train and train and trained us. And they just I guess they just poured the philosophy into my brain until I couldn't get it out. And it just changed my life. And within actually a month of working there, I ended up in the hospital with a liver condition, because I used to take a lot of Bayer aspirin for my migraines since I was a little girl. So my liver had deteriorated by the time I was 18. And I got a fever. I was really yellow, I was jaundiced. And I ended up in the hospital and I actually lost this job. They fired me. We're friends, don't worry. They fired me from this job, but I knew that I needed to work at another chiropractor's office, because I knew that chiropractic was going to help me. So I ended up going to 3 different internists with my mother that took me to a doctor to figure out what was going on with me. And they all said I had to take medications for the rest of my life. My liver was not creating enough enzymes. I needed medications to go to the bathroom because I was constipated. I would go to the bathroom once a week. I needed medications for my circulation, for my headaches, for my stomach. That was also really, really, I had a lot of severe gastritis. So yes, all this was happening. And I just knew that I needed to be hired by another chiropractor so I could get the chiropractic for free, because, and I knew that this was going to help. So I ended up applying for another chiropractor's office, working there. I think I worked there for like 4 months. And then he closed his office. It was just a weird thing. And then I ended up going to another chiropractor. And from there, I was like, I am going to become a chiropractor. I just saw so many people getting better from all those offices that I worked for.
Different experiences.
Yeah. And I went to chiropractic school, and within a year, all my symptoms went away, and I never took a medication again. I never suffered of a headache until I was pregnant. So it was just a beautiful thing. I didn't even like the sciences. I didn't like to study any of that. I was not a good student. I was just never. If you would have told me you have to take physics and organic chem, I'd be like, no, I'm a people person. But I just knew, and I fell in love with the philosophy of chiropractic. And I fell in love with the belief that this is all I needed for my body to be well adjusted in order to heal itself.
So beautiful story, and congratulations on your wedding. And it's such an exciting time. What do you say to the chiropractors or the people who are running their own practice or their own business listening to this who are stuck? I mean, I know that you're saying go back to the small things and the daily rituals and anchors, but I mean, it's very easy to look at you and you're beautiful and you're in this beautiful setting and you're in Miami and you're married and you've got all these things. You check all the boxes, but it sounds like you haven't always checked all the boxes. So
No.
how do you go from the suffering to really loving, one day at a time, the experience and practice?
Well, besides the daily check-ins, I always had some kind of a coach that would
Mm-hmm.
just bring me back. So I'm a strong believer in having, whether it is a community, whether it is a person you check in, whether it is someone that you can vent to and that you can clear and mastermind, because sometimes we get so stuck in our heads. And this is what I will say to all the practitioners that are by themselves in their practices. You're not alone. Don't be an island. You got to reach out to people. We are here to help each other. And I've always believed that. When I was doing also my Naked podcast, I interviewed everybody in our profession. I was like, we're not alone. We're here to come together and lift each other up. Because there is good days, there's bad days, there's really sucky days,
Usually those are
I
the days where I feel like whenever I go to the office and I'm like, oh my God, I just don't feel like it. Those
and
are
you drag. Yeah.
I feel like my practice carries me. That's when they adjust me. I know that I'm serving the chiropractic adjustment, but there are some days where I'm like, this is the coolest. I'm being loved on so much harder than I'm loving right now. And I think it's just this exchange that comes with having the gift of a practice, your own practice, your vision of your practice. So let's go there. How come you left your practice? What happened and what are you going to do now?
That's the biggest question I've been asked this year. I actually, and I know we spoke about this. I think I did a talk in Mile High, and I spoke about Heal the Healer because I was having some health issues. So I got into my own head, and I started realizing that I was not offering to my patients all this brightness that I've always been so proud to offer, because I wasn't feeling my best. Just I guess menopause kicked my butt a little bit, and I started not feeling as joyous. Started suffering of high blood pressure. I sometimes couldn't open my eyes, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot give my patients what I want to give them, because I was always full of light and joy. And most of the times they didn't know what was going on with me. They just, I faked it. And I started realizing that, my God, I've built this legacy. I would like to pass it on to somebody that can have the energy. And it just happened so quickly that I literally listed the practice and it got sold by somebody that heard me speak on a stage. And that's it. And by the time I started like really coming back to self and getting my health in order, the practice was sold. So it just happened like, oh, okay, it's just, this is happening. So I love chiropractic. I don't think I'm ever going to stop being a chiropractor. You see a table right here, I adjust family and friends. I'm still in it. I'm not gonna stop doing my mission trips. What is the next step? I'm not quite sure.
Oh, that's so fun.
I'm not quite sure. I've taken this year is like my sabbatical year, because again, if I had to do it over again, I would have taken more time off. I would have probably hired the right associate, right? I had several associates, didn't go so well. That burned me out a lot. I know I spoke to you because I was having so many issues with my staff. And then so many staff turnaround that drained me a lot. And it's taken away some of the joy that I was having in practice, because I love practice. I miss my families. I miss those babies. I miss the hugs. I miss it. I do miss it. So I'm not quite sure where the next step is. I know I'm still doing some coaching for Get Naked and doing some speaking and doing my mission trips, but I do want to do something where I feel I'm giving back as much as I was taking in from all these years of service. So I don't know if it's
I
going to be
can't
a
wait to
brand new
watch what
practice.
happens. I can't, you know,
I
there are a
know.
few women in chiropractic, and I feel like because you guys are out there doing your thing, I can keep doing my thing too. And you're one of them, and Barb Eaton is one of them, and Lona is one of them, and Courtney is one of them. And I watch and I say, we can really create whatever we want. We just have to know what we want.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah.
hardest part. And then I look for like these different signals, like the coincidences, the little baby miracles that happen. What are the things that you look for to know that it's right, that you know that you know that you know, as you said?
Again, like I never forget, I was doing El Camino de Santiago, which is, I don't know if you heard of it. It's like a pilgrimage journey that you
Oh
do
yeah.
are in Spain. So I was doing that, and my intention was to get some clarity if I was going to sell the practice, because I was a little trouble and I was suffering of so many things. And I'm like, I don't know if I can let go of my first baby, because this practice is like
Mm-hmm.
my baby. You know how we are attached to our
Mm-hmm.
practices.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I built a practice. My practice was filled with butterflies, and it was a place that I loved to go to. It was just such a happy, beautiful office. And I did that Camino, and literally some lady, random lady, came and gave me a message in the middle of it. And she goes, it's okay. You're going to be okay. It's time to pass it on. You're going to have a rebirth. And I cried. I felt this so true to my heart. And, we finished what we wanted to do, although it was very tiring, walking 10 to 15 miles a day. And it was beautiful. It was such a religious, a spiritual experience, what do you want to call it. It was beautiful. And so in life, I'm very aware of signs. I'm very aware of what's in. So I've done, I just did the Joe Dispenza seminar of 1 week, advanced meditation. That was so beautiful too. And I just stayed present. So this is my thing now, is just to stay present. I don't want to put pressure upon myself. The light bulb hasn't like lit up, but I'm enjoying life so fully in the last
Mm-hmm.
7 months. I barely had high blood pressure, and I'm just so fully in it. I've traveled, I've done so much in this year, and I'm just letting it come to me.
Awesome.
And I sit down and I journal about how I see my life folding up. And I know that something will come, the right opportunities, the right door, the right people, the right feelings, as long as you stay present here and not living in the past or not living in the future. I feel the right signs show up at your door, and they knock loud and clear, so you know it is for you.
Mm.
I believe in that fully. So
Yeah.
I'm not worried. A lot of my friends are like, you should know by now. You said you were going to take this year. In January, you were going to start a new venture. And I'm like, it's okay. It's
Well, you
totally
did. You just
okay.
got married.
I
That's
know. I just get married.
it's
I haven't
over.
stopped. I have done so many trips and so many things. And I just get married literally 2 days ago. I was just telling her. And I was like, yeah. And I have 2 other trips to take before this year is over. So yeah, I'm
Wow.
sitting with myself, and I'm just in full of grace, because I have an amazing tribe,
Mm.
amazing family, children, colleagues, friends that are like, Caro sisters. I have so many people, and it's funny because a lot of people are calling me. They're like, you inspire me. You inspire me to
Oh.
enjoy doing nothing for a little bit. And because we sometimes, moms and business owners, we forget to do nothing. And
Mhm.
sometimes in the nothing is the everything. In the just sitting and just counting your blessings, or sitting and saying nothing, thinking nothing, meditating, just being in the nothing. It could be so beautiful, because that's exactly where we create from. That's where we have all in the universe, in our hands, for us to just recreate ourselves, and that rebirth might indeed happen. So I'll keep you posted.
I'm so excited for you. Okay, I'm going to recap on the aha things that you said, because
Okay.
there were a lot of them. Um, You're passionate about changing the world. Enhance the light in me so that I can enhance the light in others. The power that made the body heals the body. Sometimes the chiropractor gets in their own way. Have check-ins with yourself, small things to come back to. If we complain more than we laugh, it's time to change. If you are not good, you cannot be good for others. Healer needs to heal himself. History is the foundation to build on. When you lose your foundation, you lose yourself. Don't be an island. Come back to yourself. Be aware of signs. Stay present. The right door, the right opportunity, as long as you stay present, will come. In the nothing is the everything. We create from the nothing. Anything else that you want to share with us today?
Wow, that was pretty good. I'm gonna just
I know
please
you
send
said
that
some
to
good
me.
stuff. I
I was like,
will
"Ooh,
send this to
did I
you.
just say that?" Okay, that's well, what I want to say is I love that your podcast is about joy. And I
Mhm.
think that we forget to feel joy. We forget to be silly. We forget to just be. And in order for us to radiate that light and just let others wonder what it is that we're doing, or let others want what we
Mhm.
have to be it. We have to live it. And we have to come back sometimes to that child that once that felt so much joy, that you see, I always say that menopause is almost like being a child, because I forget that I saw that movie. I forget that I went to that restaurant. So it's almost like enjoying it for the first time. My now husband, he's like, "Oh, for you it's so easy because I show you, you're like, wow, this is so pretty. Like, we've been here." And I'm like, "Oh my God, but look, it's gorgeous. Look at the colors, look at the sky." So it's all coming back to the joy, because
Mhm.
isn't that what we're here for? There's so much going on in the world. We gotta be those little light bulbs that light other people up. So
Mhm.
coming back to being joyous, and I love that this is one of the things in your podcast. This is like your motto.
Mhm.
I think it's just so beautiful, and it's a perfect reminder that no matter what's happening in your life, because I do, again, my coaching with Ganika series, and I see people that are going through divorces, or that had a loved one pass, or I understand there's hard things in life that we go through. And it's okay. It's okay to feel that pain. It's okay to pass that pain. And it's okay to come back to joy. You don't need to apologize for being joyous. You don't need to
Mhm.
apologize for living a great life. You don't need to apologize for traveling, for laughing, for spending time with friends, for reconnecting, for we gotta, and this is my, I guess, my claim to all women. Come back to you. Come back to the things that give you joy. And if you don't have anything but a to-do list, and you don't have anything in there that gives you joy, rewrite, trash that to do list, and just go right now and do something that gives you joy.
It's so
Because we
good.
forget, we
It's so
forget, we
good.
forget what that feels like, because we get to, oh no, I got to do the laundry, I got to do this, I got to do this call. I'm like, shut up. What gives you joy? Come back right now. So I think that's my plea to all women and all men. Hey,
Yeah,
everyone, if
all
we
of
were
us.
more joyous, we will be kinder to each other. We will be better humans. We will retain our adjustments longer. We will
Mm,
be less subluxated and happier.
mm.
And I think that's what I would like in a perfect world, in my perfect visions of a world. I would like people and my children and my grandchildren to grow up in a more joyous world.
It's so beautiful. So here's my question before we end, and I love to ask my guests this. You and I have danced a little bit, and if one of your friends or colleagues or associates were to say, "I've been watching what Jody's doing with staffless practice. I'm interested. I'm curious." What would you say to them?
Go check it out. Because I remember speaking to you about that. You have amazing systems to run the office without so much stress. And stress is killing us all. It's killing the practitioner, which is going to kill your patients because you're not going to be there to give them the service they need. So definitely check her out, check her system. She's full of joy. And I imagine all her systems are to stay in that state of joy and be able to come back to the reason you are a chiropractor. Because if your head is in 1,000 things and answering a text message and checking the insurance, and oh my God, that person didn't check in, or they didn't get the form, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. I know how stressful that can be. I called you, I think, and I was like, listen, I'm losing my mind. I'm going to kill the next staff I hire. So I needed to have that check-in with myself. And I actually stayed without a staff for a while. I
Right.
did. I like 4 months I had no staff, and then I hired somebody for the afternoons just to help me with the flow. But I literally figured it out. I was like, I need less of that because it was taking away my joy. Just coming in and seeing her not being lit up was
Right.
taking out my light. So if you think you need to fire somebody, please fire them right away. To be like they say, slow to hire and very quick to fire. And I guess you could definitely run a practice fully staffless, and you should check her out because she's full of light and joy, and she just wants to spread it. So go
That's
for
so
it.
cool. It's so funny. I've studied a lot about having a team because now I have a really big team. There's the irony. And like books like Who Not How, and they talk about there's nothing worse than having the wrong person on the wrong seat of the bus, and you get them off of the wrong seat. They might have another seat on the bus, but if they're in the wrong seat, the bus is gonna crash. So I think that you are lovely and amazing. I'm so grateful that you're here. If you guys want to check out what Dr. R is doing, definitely go to chiromission.com. Is there another website that they can find?
Yes, actually, even better than caramission.com is dr-auda.com, because there you can see all my hats and all the different adventures you could take with me. So
I love that. So
drauda.com is,
and I'll have
yeah.
that listed where you're
Yes,
watching.
drauda.com is so much better. You can message me, you can text me. Apparently, I have extra time and I will be able to answer you and drive you to your best adventure in all the hats that I can serve you.
Thank you. And if you're watching the recording of this, go make the world better with great care. Dr. R, please stay in the meeting room. And I love you guys. We're loving you from here, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.